Well, as Miranda said, some of us have been at Lindbergh for a long time. And our next Lindbergh leader is also a Lindbergh graduate, so we have a little bit of a trend going tonight. You may have also noticed that all of our Lindbergh leaders tonight are women, so that's a first in Lindbergh Leaders history. Our next Lindbergh leader is Beth Grebe, Design Lab teacher at Long Elementary School. Beth shares with us that her family's own experience on the receiving end of amazing generosity is what fuels her own love and commitment to give back to her community as well. Beth has been a teacher working in Lindbergh for 9 years, 6 at Sappington, and most recently 3 years at Long, where, as I mentioned, she teaches the school's new Design Lab class, and she helps students make STEM connections to their schools, their community, their occupations, and their world at large. She has also taught at Lindbergh's elementary STEM camp, Camp Ignite, since 2015. Beth shares with us that the most meaningful volunteer role she has taken on during all her time at Lindbergh, and she has a long list of volunteer roles, has been presenting at Ability Awareness Days throughout the district, and then later supporting her own children as they have presented at Ability Awareness Days around the district. She shares that when her daughter Rosie was born, the generosity her family received from the Variety Club and other organizations inspired them to give back as well. When Beth's other children created their own presentations for Ability Awareness Day and they asked to bring Rosie along with them to participate, Beth passed the baton to her own children, supporting their message of inclusion and empathy. She shares that, and this is a quote from Beth, teaching students about the importance of empathy and relationships in all contexts and the importance of stepping out of their comfort zones to form positive relationships with individuals who may think, look, or act differently than themselves has been an honor. Beth has given back to our district in so many ways in her roles as a parent and as an educator. It's hard to list them all, but we're going to try. They include Long STEM Night Planner, Holiday House Tour Planning Committee, Superintendent's Teacher Advisory Board Member, Girls Lacrosse Fundraiser, Long Grade Level Concert Volunteer, Boys Lacrosse Volunteer, Sappington Cultural Festival Committee, Prop G and Prop R Supporter, Junior Flyers Football Mom, Flyers Football Freshman Team Football Mom, Lindbergh Football Boosters Volunteer, Long 5th Grade Party Volunteer, Sappington Robotics Club Coach, Long 5th Grade Memory Book Designer, Middle School Band Volunteer, Long PTO Volunteer, and Sappington PTG Volunteer. She also, in her free time, supports Special Olympics, and she volunteers at her church. Our district is truly a special place because of people like Beth and her family. Please join me in congratulating our next Lindbergh leader.
Hello. First, I'd like to thank my family, friends, and colleagues who are here to support me. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Betsy. My family and my people mean very, very much to me. I am so grateful so many of them are here. I'm missing a few key players tonight. Our boys are away at school in the suburbs of Chicago, living their best lives, attending the same university, playing the same sport, studying the same major, which frankly is just inconceivable to me, the way they act with each other at home, but you know. My mom is also noticeably absent. She passed away in August after heroically battling an aggressive form of plasma cancer. I miss her every single day, but especially on days like today, sorry. I wasn't going to tell you that, but I tend to overshare when I'm anxious, so I wrote it in my speech in anticipation of my inevitable awkwardness. Solidarity to those of you that also have anxiety when we go home tonight and try to fall asleep and we overthink everything we said and did. Whether it be teaching or volunteering, I have always been very fortunate, particularly in this district, to be surrounded by people who make it really easy for me to do my job and do it well. I would be standing up here for far longer than my anxiety or the time limit would allow if I were to name everyone who has positively influenced my trajectory in both my career and just in life. There have been so many of you who have made me a better teacher, volunteer, and person. In this district, we are all surrounded by individuals filling many roles who are at the top of their game. And if I'm being honest, I'm not convinced that I stand out among them, other than literally being 6 feet tall. Sometimes I may get it all right, but most of the time I actually get it horribly wrong. And what I've learned over the years is that by remaining vulnerable and transparent in both my success and failures, I am able to foster more meaningful, authentic relationships with students, colleagues, administration, fellow parents, and volunteers. And as we all know in education, good relationships are everything. I have also grown more confident in speaking truth to inequities and underrepresentation that exist even in our beloved community, and I try my best to do so with grace. I can get a bit impassioned, so some of you may have been the recipient of a not so graceful email. I am sorry. But I believe in this work, and I think we can all agree that there is room enough for everyone at our Lindbergh table, so we all have to start working hard to pull up all the chairs for all the people. It has been pointed out to me a few times that my fondness for this district may be on the bit unhealthy side. Green and gold, big and bold. Tonight, I unapologetically verify that statement to be true. I have faith in this community. I see all the wonderful, unique individuals and our connectedness that make it so great. But I also see the potential energy we as a group hold to become even more. It is my sincerest hope that these are the things that inspired someone enough to nominate me. That has to be it, right? To close out, I decided to paraphrase or borrow Brené Brown's words because I'm a firm believer in working smarter, not harder. To be the person we long to be, we must be vulnerable. We must show up and let ourselves be seen. We must also be willing to tell others, I see you and I hear you. And while we may not have the answers to all their questions, we must keep listening. It is our job to care for and be connected to the people we wish to do life with, and have enough courage to allow people to be themselves and feel like they belong. I know absolutely that I fall short of doing these things all the time. But I know I will keep working at it every day for my family, for other families, for students, and for Lindbergh. Thank you.